That's it. But then that's fun. It's just a different word. Um, Fiona, about her, has that, or about one, should I get that? A friend background. And yes, but I'm going to live again. I mean, other than actually not the area. What drink was there? It's time to get to run. After the spirit, yeah, it was I dropped it off, like, not too low, I'm just even doing like, me down and to her, short. It's not, nice to see you. I see the login with some of it. Or what?
She's just next to me, I will let you like right now, and showing their meetings. And so, thank you.
You're gonna have to get the internet. So, then on that, I was on camera.
All very easy. And thank you for being very my favorite still. Fixed. It doesn't just get a serious. You're already from your tree, then the airline is so there. It's false. Like you directly related by farm. Yeah. It's just. No. So that I said, I have. What happened to go to the line? Yeah. That one, that's what I said. You were, but you should get like a point and read one way. Are we going? You can be there. It's basically room. Why?
Yeah.
Sorry. This way. Just that very stones.
Yeah.
I feel anyway. Yes, sure. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever's wrong, we're giving a live stream there. So I'm going to so where in there is you can stand and you'll be seen on the live stream. Spam. Stop.
I don't know. Like. It's funny, I yeah. Get to my back. You want to that dream. don't take much. Right. After the being here, that's your purposes. And then, yeah, let's be.
So he tried to be
Yeah, this year, yeah, those have. Did you have some waffles? Yes. Okay, there should be. Yeah, here. Then it's another fight. I looked in race just. Yeah, sure. You're gone. Now, I know we're going to be flipping papers a little bit. So, to bear with the program, I didn't want to put the words in the program so that you could see what's happening in the program. But I want to welcome everyone here today because of Ian's passing, and we need to celebrate his life and we need to celebrate his passing. It's a big event in Baha'i life and the continuation of the soul carrying on after death. So there are some out-of-town guests that I'd like to say hello to, and namely my son, Emerson, and his wife, Serena, and their two children, Cherry and Roan. Okay. And then I'd like to say hello to James Patrick, and he's from Nanaimo, and he's going out to Kamloops. Yes. Welcome. And my son, my first son, Conrad, and his wife, Sarah. And they're from Alpha. And then I'd like to say hello to Wanda, my daughter, and her wife, Tara. Okay. And they're from Surrey. Now, is there someone else I've forgotten around here? I think everyone else is from Abbotsford. Oh, yes. Oh, my dear sister. Some people call her Leah. I call her Inkri because that's what we usually call her. You can call her Inky. And she's a doctor, a retired doctor of medicine, and she's from Edmonton. Okay, and we can talk about that later on. Okay, thank you so much. How could I forget you? And yes, she's been here too long. Yeah. So May 7th, she's been here and she's helped us completely. So yes. And we would like to start with a prayer by Baha'u'llah. And Perusa, would you say that prayer? You have that prayer?
O my God, verily thy servants, humble before the majesty of thy divine supremacy, lowly at the door of thy oneness, hath believed in thee, and in thy mercies, hath testified to thy word, hath been enkindled with the fire of thy love, hath been immersed in the depth of the ocean of thy knowledge, hath been attracted by thy breezes, hath relied upon thee, hath turned his face unto thee, hath offered his supplication to thee, hath been assured to thy pardon and forgiveness. He hath abandoned this mortal life and hath flown to the kingdom of immortality, yearning for the favor of meeting thee. O Lord, glorify his station, shelter him under the pavilion of thy supreme mercy. Cause him to enter thy glorious paradise and perpetuate its existence in thine exalted rose garden, that he may be plunged into the sea of life in the world of listens. Verily thou art the generous, the powerful, the forgiver, and the bestower. Abdu'l-Baha. And Raj, were you going to say one in Persian?
والله تعالی پروردگار روزگار نفس نفیسی به ملکوت شهود سود نمود و از خاکدان فانی به جهان جاودانی شتاب مهمان دست عزیز فرما بنده قدیم است خلعت بدی عطا کن ای بی نیاز بیامرز و بنواز و به خلوتگاه راز شاده و در محفل تجلی همدم و دمساز نما تویی دهنده و بخشنده و مهربان و تویی آمرزنده و نوازنده و توانا عبدالبها البها.
Next thing on our agenda was the music of Ian's, one of Ian's favorite prayers, and it's refresh and gladden my spirit. Let's see if I can get that on. It's supposed to be open, but I think the wrong one. All right. Only, what can you do to read? Yeah, do you want to stand up, please? Only it's got three writings from the writings are Holy Scriptures.
As to the soul of man after death, it remains in a degree of purity to which it had evolved during life and the physical body. And after it is free from the body, it remains plunged in the ocean of God's mercy. From the moment the soul leaves the body and arrives in the heavenly world, its evolution is spiritual, and that evolution is the approaching unto God. Therefore, think not that he had perished. Indeed, he will endure in the heavenly kingdom as long as God himself endureth. And this calleth for gratitude, not grieving. When he findeth that thou art happy, he becometh more cheerful. But when he is pleased that thou art disconsolate, this provoketh anguish in his parts. Allah. And now concerning thy question regarding the soul of man and its survival after death, know thou of a truth that the soul, after its separation from the body, will continue to progress until it attaineth the presence of God, in a state and condition which neither the revolution of ages and centuries, nor the changes and chances of this world can alter. It will endure as long as the kingdom of God, his sovereignty, his dominion and power will endure. It will manifest the signs of God and his attributes, and will reveal his loving kindness and bounty. Amen.
I would like to get Maxine to come up. We have a prayer for the dead, and she has it on YouTube, but I'm so happy that I don't need to find it. I think that she was able to come and sing it for us.
Oh my God, O thou forgiver of sin, restorer of guilt, dispeller of affliction, verily, I beseech thee to forgive the sin of such as have abandoned the physical garment and have ascended to the spiritual world. Oh, my Lord, purify them from trespasses, dispel their sorrows, and change their darkness into light. Cause them to enter the garden of happiness. Cleanse them with the most pure water, and grant them to behold thy splendor song of his down. Grant them to behold thy splendor song of his Oh, my God, O thou forgiver of sins, bestower of gifts, dispeller of afflictions, oh my God, O thou forgiver of sins, bestower of gifts, dispeller of afflictions.
I'm sitting down here because instead of a crying baby, I have a crying dog. And Ian wouldn't mind wanted it for this little dog to be with us because he was in love with Athena. But Athena is an anxious dog, and obviously, and so she has to sort of be wherever we are. So, thank you.
I think it's definitely, that Ian's last stop was there for Ian's last dollars.
Yes.
So he spent a day, and the dog was there constantly, except for 3 months.
And
So he was important to them.
that's right. And Ian was able to feed the dog with his open hand. And so that was one of the last things he was able to do.
So, oh, I have to speak up. Go back over here, over here. Red's not stand in front of the photo.
Okay.
I think he should be centered.
Yes.
Sound and center, okay. I'm doing the eulogy, that Emily Kluge, Ian's sister, daughter, composed. Unfortunately, she's in China, and Ian had encouraged her to go, and she was having a hard time going because he was so ill at the time. But he said she should go. She went there to continue her education and is attending a very special conference. She's studying Chinese philosophy. And for her to come home would just be horrendous. And she's so upset that she can't be here. But we took to the fact that maybe she can be included by doing the eulogy. So I'm going to read it for you so that you can hear her words, and she can be part of this celebration. Eulogy for my father, Einhard Kluge, by Emily Kluge, in brackets, August Dawn. What's ironic about me writing a eulogy for my father is that if I had been asked to write a eulogy for anyone else, my father would have been the person I went to for advice about how to write a eulogy. In fact, he wrote the eulogy for my mom's funeral. So, we had practice, right? He was always the one I consulted about my writing and ideas. He was a high school English teacher by profession, an independent scholar, philosopher, and writer in his own time. And for me, he was not only a father, but also an academic mentor and friend. Throughout my graduate philosophy studies, my father would tell me that he is available by phone call 24/7 anytime I needed to talk about a paper that I was writing or reading. Some of my best childhood memories I have with my father are when he would give each of us his one-on-one reading time after dinner, which meant that we would take turns reading aloud the book of our choice. I enjoyed listening to the rhythm of my father's voice as he read, trying to imitate the sweetness and ease of his reading when my turn came. For each of us, this was dedicated a long time ago. And when he was first in the hospital having his kidney removed, I read aloud to him one of the ironic poems by William Carlos Williams that always made us laugh. It's titled, "This is Just to Say that I have eaten the plums that were in that ice box, and which were probably saving for breakfast. Forgive me, they were delicious, so sweet and so good." My dad's writing reflects his unique brand of singing, bizarre, and ironic. I remember he and my mother working together to create an album of poetry to music entitled Ballerinas Without Ankles. My favorite of his poems was Laura Tree, a poem expressing the messages of humanity's interdependence and universal love. In ironic contrast to his poetry, my father's life reflects the utterly sincere. He generally gave his time and compassion to students who needed help sorting their home schoolwork or extracurricular problems, as is often the case with teenagers. I remember as a child running errands with my father in Prince George and constantly being stopped by former students who would call out, Mr. Kluge, to get his attention in order to thank him, update him on their activities, or take out their wallets to show him photos of their children. Being just a child myself, I listened with impatience, waiting to get to the licorice candy that came at the end of our evenings. But at the same time, I also realized what an extraordinary impact my father had made on each one of them in his capabilities as a teacher, role model, and mentor. Watching those interactions showed me how valuable it is to show kindness and patience, and above all, the transformative power of believing in others' potential. My father stuck out his last day until he in his regular bedtime. As an early riser, he went to bed at 10:30 or 10 or 10 at 9:30 or 10. That final effort to live to the end of the day gave me a chance to speak to him by phone just hours before he passed. To tell him about the philosophy conference I was attending and that I would take him there with me in my heart. And indeed, there is not a day that I do not do philosophy or write or therefore remember my father with due joy. Right.
Emily is with us. And I'm just wondering for the next one, the hidden words, there are two hidden words that we said. Is there anyone here who would like to say them? They're all in the favorites. Shophouse, would you like to say them? Each one? Now the 1 and 2, yes.
O Son of Justice, whiter and a lover, go but to the land of his beloved, and what seeketh findeth rest away from his heart's desire. To the true lover, renewing is life, and separation is death. His breast is void of presence, and his heart hath no peace. A married lives he would forsake to hasten to the abode of his beloved. Thy paradise is my love, thy heavenly home renewing between. Enter therein and train out. This is that which had been destined from thee in our kingdom above and our exalted doctrine.
The last one is hopefully. You're still wrong.
You can struggle with toe fungi.
Let's just talk all years. Technical difficulties.
We try to keep up, but you know what? We never will. So that ends our program for this afternoon. It's short and sweet. It's a hot afternoon. And I would want to thank everyone for coming out this afternoon and help us celebrate this time with a lot of here. We're going to ask the people in the back there to help with the casket. And if they can take that. At 2:00, the internment is at Hazelwood Cemetery. Apparently, you just go straight north on Highway 11, and it's not very far at all. Apparently, you just go straight north on Highway 11, and it's not very far at all. We turn off on Hazelwood Avenue, and then you just follow the exits, not the first exit, but perhaps the second exit to be able to get there on water. So much. And I will try and get one of the songs that I did before, but she'll hear it in this year.
Yeah.
What's this song? As of this song, that is one book. Randy out of the one. It's a joke. What about you? Yes. That's right. And then I think that's what it's for the storage. Then the people has to probably she does. Yes, else crazy. And then she over session. It's literally you can have. Like and he's quiet. Nothing still quiet. What did she maybe she for me I think on my own. And you got slim or that family and I also them oh yeah I have talked to here the road so I see. Okay, because I'm just a crowd. I probably haven't been driving my family for I'll be 5 minutes better. It's awesome. Oh yeah, no. Start out my adventure messy. I really was bad at it. The academy's moved. And yeah. And then I can't okay. What you say? No, it's not. Let me look at the phone. I always can see certain. It's a state or it's not the last month.
Why don't they? Shut up, sorry. So, as I'm seeing this, I actually don't want to know that from the laws, and that's a problem. Even that comes is not visual. And that's just the nurses. Back from the yeah, knowledge and recognition. And just certain things, and find most and it's on board.